records, there was kind of songs that were already written, and then other like kind of solid ideas that were going to evolve into songs. In the past, it was always kind of like a groove. Kenny would have a beat, or Eric would have a riff, or John would have a riff, or someone would have a little bit of an idea, but there really wasn't a tremendous amount of preconceived idea. Whereas this was a little bit more structured, progressive yet structured. You know, there were songs, so to speak. Oh. So that was definitely, you know, I had to get into that whole entire frame of mind. Dwelling on the inside. It was probably one of the most nice. Wow. One of the most rewarding attempts at recording bass, because for the first time in my life I had some money and I was able to get some good gear and some good amps, and instead of it being like, oh my god, okay, I got one amp that's, you know, crap, and one bass that's, you know, borderline crap, and that's going to be the bass sound, and now we're going to do whatever we can to make it sound good. We had, I think I had like 3 amps to choose from, and 3 different cabinets just on my own, and then Barilli had another, I mean, you know, he's got 100 amps here, you know, so we had a lot of stuff to choose from. I had 4 different basses to play. 2 of them were G&Ls, which I endorse, and, or endorses me, I should say. Or at least it did when I was active. And there was also a kick-ass modulus. There was this, I don't know if anyone can see, but this is a 1961 pre-CBS buyout Fender Precision bass. Motherfucker to the max, you know what I mean? So we had that as well. So we just had a million different options, you know, to pick and choose as to what we wanted to do and what the sound of the bass was going to sound like. And it's pretty great. It's pretty great. You know? I think different Candiria fans are going to act different ways. Some Candiria fans are going to think, wow, this is cool, you know, like I thought when I heard the songs. And some Candiria fans are going to be like people that you see posting, you know, on, what is it? Somebody made a video. They took like a Down from What Doesn't Kill You record and then put some kind of like Japanese anime to it. And someone posted, why did someone put this, you know, Disturbed song to this Japanese anime? So it's funny. So some people are going to react like that too, you know what I mean? And like with everything, you know, I think we just kind of live in a different time where, you know, I remember not being able to wait for a band that I really liked's album to come out and wanting to love it. And now I feel there's a certain sect of music society that is looking for a reason to hate you and to not dig what you're doing. And whatever. That's life, you know? Yeah. At first, I guess a little bit like, well, am I going to be able to pull this off? Because they called me and I had, I guess it was about, I had 5 days to learn 20 songs, and then while we were out on the road, it was going to be a 3-week tour, and then while we were on the road, they were going to have 2 or 3 headlining shows, so while I was on tour, I had to learn an additional 10, because the headline show was 30 songs set, you know, something like that. And I had to learn, you know, songs from the Ball Destruction, you know, 7-inch stuff that, you know, only true Madball fans would even know what the heck it was, like, you know, years, old stuff. I learned a couple Agnostic Front songs, because they do a lot of different things, so although it was kind of like, whoa, can I pull this off? I was like, whatever, sure, I'm going to pull this off. Personality-wise, those guys were cut from the same cloth that Candiria was. They abused each other as much as we abused each other. They loved each other as much as we loved each other, you know what I mean? It was a great thing, and I really, really enjoyed my time with them. musically it was completely different, you know. There was still the heavy rock element of it all, but it was a different thing, you know. No one was there to see the technical prowess of Poison the Well, you know, although there was some to be seen. It's just it was a little bit more straightforward, you know, and song-oriented again. I guess maybe Poison the Well has more in tune to what Candiria's latter-day stuff is than the original style of Candiria, you know. Currently working on Anyone Who Will Pay Me. And on top of that, I am currently working on a project called A Family Plot with some dear friends, John Lamacchia being one of them, and a couple other guys that we knew from our roots, Brooklyn music scene and whatnot. So we're kind of getting back to that. I'm getting back to melodic rock and roll, a little bit more stripped, well, not really stripped down, but it's not nearly as heavy, or maybe heavy in a different way. And that's what I'm up to, and that's what I'm gearing myself up to for the next couple of years at least.
Come on, darling.